Hi again, Robert Optimal Bodies. Again, we're going to do this in part 2 because the video cut off. My memory's poor on my phone, so we'll carry on. What sort of carbs should you have on your refeed, somebody asks. Should you go for starchy carbs, which is like your potatoes, your rice, chips, bread, white bread, that sort of thing, or should you go for more sugary things? Now, table sugar is sucrose, and unfortunately that is half fructose and half glucose. The glucose part is really good. It's going to spike insulin really well. It's going to refill your muscle glycogen first before your liver or your fat cells. Unfortunately, the half of that is fructose, and that for some reason can't be stored in your muscle. It has to go to the liver. The liver's very limited in capacity. Once that's full, it has to go into fat cells, and it doesn't get the insulin response you want. Now, in my experience, just going for like white rice or chip, just pure starchy carbs, it's really hard to get a big amount in because you get full. They're good if you want to get full quickly and not have a lot, but if you're trying to get a lot of food in because you've only got a limited space of time, you're trying to get a big insulin spike, then I wouldn't worry about that small fructose amount that might be in the sprinkle of sugar on your donut or in a cookie or in cheesecake, that sort of thing. If you're going to be really strict and you've tried everything else, then cutting the junk like the puddings things can help because you're not going to refill your liver and potentially store fat. So again, it's all trial and error. It's not what people want to hear, but that's what it is. Personally, I've done a lot better by just having my main meal as something like with like a burger and chips and more starchy. And then I put tomato sauce on things, which is going to have some fructose in, and then I go for like cookies or donuts. And I think the insulin spike outweighs the small amount of fructose that you've got. If your liver's depleted, you're doing heavy weight training, and your muscles are depleted, you've got places for the sugar to go. So I wouldn't worry about it. But again, trial and error, at least a couple of weeks, and take it from there. If you want to be really strict, stick to your starches because they've got low fructose. And that's why I say avoid fruit, because of that fructose component, which I'm not going to go into now. I might upset a few people. Okay. Just got them written down here. Oh, a good one about massage and should you get manual therapy. If you're in pain, yeah, go for it. It's really good. Go see an osteopath, physiotherapist, chiropractor, or in my experience, just buy a foam roller. I think I've got one here. Really good one. All these noggins on it and things. I think they're about 10 or 15 pounds. You can just roll about on that. Really gentle. Sort of get a therapeutic pain, but not too painful, just in areas that feel a bit tight. Have a stretch. Do your foam rolling. Re-stretch. Has it improved? Yes. It's probably done something. Might be psychological, but it's helped you. If it's helped the pain or you've got increased range of motion, it can help. 10 or 15 minutes in the morning can really help loosen you up before and after training, between sets if you're that bothered. If you want to walk around with a foam roll in the gym, it's up to you. But yeah, if you're in pain, go for it. If you just want to use it as a safety net or you like getting a massage, it's quite relaxing, so it's going to decrease stress, over exaggerated cortisol levels, psychological. It helps in many realms, and there's some really good qualified people. Go see one of those if you can afford it. And there's some good deals going around, and I know a lot of good people that do it. My girlfriend does it, so I highly recommend it. And I do it myself. So I don't want to be biased, but yeah, put it in if you can afford it, or get a foam roller. I'm not going to try to sell you it. Okay, when does the body start using protein or muscle as fuel, particularly during cardio? Now, it's shown that steady state cardio, so like slow jogging, lowers your metabolism and can start attacking your muscle tissue. So I've spoken of this before. I'd avoid it unless you're a marathon runner. That's your goal. That's your function for doing it, then go for it. But if you're just trying to do it for fat loss, you want to keep muscle, keep your health, I'd avoid that. And the main things are keeping your protein intake high. If your protein's there, you're going to repair your muscle, you're not going to use it as fuel. If you're overtraining, you're feeling groggy, you're losing strength, you're losing muscle, that's a good sign that you're doing too much or your protein's too low, so that's when you can adjust it. In my experience, don't worry, don't think of cardio as burning your muscle away if you're doing like sprints or interval training. Don't worry about it. If your protein's on point, you're not overtraining, you're keeping your strength, you're gaining muscle, don't worry about that extra 20 minutes of cardio at the end of a session. It's not going to burn through your muscle like people think. Just listen to your body and be sensible and get your protein needs in. And the more fat you have in your diet, the lower your carbs are, the less muscle you use. So that's a good point. And the last one, who would win in a bench press competition out of King Kong and Optimus Prime? And the answer is me. Cheers for listening, guys. I don't do bench, just kidding. Any more questions, post below. Anything further about this topic, give me a message or comment, and I'll try to get back to you. Cheers, guys. Have a good day.